things like that. But as far as when it comes to drummers, like, again, huge proponent of let's be in the front. By the way,
Mhm.
I got to meet Sheila E. I don't know
Okay,
if I got
cool.
to tell you that.
No.
Um, and yes, I made a book cover of her with her and Viola and
Okay.
all my idols. This was crazy. I can't remember when it came out, but I think it was 2014. Um, some lady named Angela Smith from Austin, Texas, happened to see my online work with autistic kids. Over the years, I got asked if I would take kids with disabilities to teach drums, and I started to do that. And I noticed a huge difference in the autistic kids. Like, the autistic kids were some of my best students, and everybody was like, but they're so socially awkward. And, the moms were always worried that their kids were going to be made fun of. They're young and they've got something that's not normal in the classroom. So I started to teach them, and over the course of about 1 or 2 years, I was like, wow, I was seeing these kids like really excel, and not only that, but like gain confidence big time. One of my students, when he started, he would shake, and he couldn't hold the drumsticks much. And by the time we were like 2 years in, this kid was playing, on stage at his school doing drum solos and stuff. And he had broken through all of those like physical ailments. And I was just like, wow, I have to videotape this for the internet to see, because this is just like mind blowing. And I was seeing music heal people like literally while I was working. And so this was back before social media really dropped, or like YouTube or something. So I started filming with like a GoPro, and then, all this stuff. But anyway, she ended up seeing it, this author, and she said, hey, I'm doing a book. I'm writing a book on women drummers. It's going to be about women drum set players, which there had never been a book written specifically for women drum set players. There'd been a book on women drummers and percussionists and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But anyway, so she was like, I'm also tracing the history back to prehistoric times. She didn't tell me a lot about it, but she said, would you be interested? And of course, I was interested. So I sent her a bio picture, and I answered 20 questions online, and I sent it in. And then she said, okay, thanks. It was at the end of the year, and she was like, it's going to be coming out in April of next year, something. So I threw it. I was like, okay. Yeah, I didn't know anything about what was about to happen. And then I follow Sheila E on social media, and she posted a cover of the book, and it said coming out in April 14th or something like that. And I was like, on the cover, they had chosen me for the top
Oh,
cover.
cool.
And I got like this huge, if you look at the book, you'll see it's like me at the top, and then all my idols at the bottom. And I didn't know I'd been chosen for the cover. I got up and ran around my house in circles like 14 or 15 times. I was so excited. I was like, what the? And I contacted the author and was like, you used my photo for the, and she was like, yeah, we thought it was one of the best photos, to come in. And she also gave me a lot of very nice things. She also said that she um, compared me to a younger Viola Smith, which I thought was like really, I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? I'm just a chick from Kentucky, you know what I mean? From a little town that um, would never expect anything like that. So, also had my hair a lot longer. I've cut it off since, because I had some crazy long, thick hair. And I was always having to wear hats or do rags when I played to keep it out of my face.
Yeah.
So, if you do get the book, it's called Women Drummers: A
Okay.
History.
I think I've
A
seen that.
history
Yeah.
from rock to blues to jazz to country, or something like that.
Awesome.
And it's on Amazon.com. And that cover photo is me. Although my hair is in my face in the photo. Every time they take a photo of me and put it in a magazine or a documentary or something, I'm always got my hair across my face. You can't even tell it's me. But it is me. So anyway, I got to go on to meet Sheila E after that. She signed my book. I got to talk to her. I never got to meet Viola, but Viola was aware of the book. And here's a very magical thing that happened on Viola's deathbed. The family let the author know that Viola wanted them to read that book to her on her deathbed. And so she evidently laid in a room and had her family read that book to her, and she
That's really cool.
died
Wow.
holding it in her arms. How wild is that?
That's crazy.
And
That's
she's
really
known
cool.
as one of the oldest female drummers out
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
Dorothea's up there, but Dorothea is still around, and
Hmm. Hmm.
Viola was 109, so and she drummed every single day until she died, pretty much physically until she couldn't.
Probably why she lived to be 109, staying in shape. I
Right?
mean,
She
it's
she does. There's a quote out there that says Viola Smith. The secret of life is, she said, a glass of wine and drumming every day. Is
I
what
could
she
do
said.
that.
Yeah, that's what she said. I
That's
don't have a
awesome.
copy of the book here. I would show it to you, but
That's